Let's talk bush medicine. Today I'm going to share with you 15 of the herbs I have grown in the garden that keeps us out of the doctor's office, keep our skin clean, and keep our respiratory health going in this very polluted atmosphere that we thrive in, because we're not just surviving, we're thriving. My name is Mary. If you're new here, I have herbs here along with plenty more scattered in the garden. So I'm going to share with you the benefits of 15 of those herbs that I have growing in the garden currently. Before I begin, I'd like to inform you that none of what I'm about to tell you is professional advice. I am not a medical professional. None of these herbs should be substituted for any of your prescription drugs. These are just herbs that we use here in Jamaica and it has helped us. And so I am going to share it with you. So it's not medical advice. Please be informed. All right, so let's jump into it. This is a Cerassi plant, and this is a bitter herb. It's a member of the bitter gourd family. And guys, we use this. We love the tea, even though it is bitter, but it does have medicinal properties according to us Jamaicans. As I said, it is very bitter when boiled, or you can just squeeze the juice from the leaves. And this is used for detoxing, it's used for digestion, and it is also used for blood sugar, for managing blood sugar. So, and also, guys, I was told by my mother when I was pregnant that if I drink a lot of Cerassi, my baby's skin will be pretty. Guys, the three of my kids, their skins are flawless. I don't know if it's a Cerassi, but your girl drank Cerassi while pregnant. This is one of our favorite herbs and it's number one on the list. Let's move on to number two. This right here is lemongrass, and I had so much of this, guys, but this will take over your entire place. So if it is that you can plant this in a container, that would be advised, because I had to remove all the ones that I have and well had, and just planted a little piece in this one, and it is growing nicely. It has such a sweet aroma, and it's used for fever because, as we all know, well, most of us know here in Jamaica, lemongrass is the same as fever grass. So we use this for fever. It can be used for insect bites, and it can also be used to reduce arthritis. So like me, getting up in age now, this might come in really handy with my joints in the future. So this is a very good, fun and joke aside, this is a very good herb to plant in your gardens. This plant right here, and I have another big plant right over here, but I'm trying to propagate it in several locations in the garden. This is Cullen mint, and just touching it, you can smell it. It has such a high aroma. This is also called colic mint. Right up in the country, we used to get colic so often. Get this to drink to soothe the stomach when you get colic. Cullen mint is said to improve brain function, and it provides a refreshing, soothing effect. So if you have problems sleeping and stuff like that, this is something you can boil in the evenings before bed, and it will help you to get a good night rest. That's a, it is so easy to grow, and it's another one that grows crazy. Most of these, if not all, are very invasive. So if it is that you can plant them in container, that would be a plus. I would advise that, as a matter of fact. This right here, this is Cuban oregano, and I have both varieties growing in the garden. I have several of these growing all over as well. Apart from the herb, the medicinal benefit, I am now learning that it might be a good pest repellent as well. So I'm looking closely into that. But Cuban oregano, it is anti-inflammatory, it has antioxidants, and it has also antimicrobial properties, good for the respiratory system. I went to St. Elizabeth um last year, and we saw elderly woman with it, and we asked her what, because we have it so much, we use it for tea, but you know, you don't always know all of the benefits of the herbs. And so we asked her what was it for? What did she use it for? And she said she had sinus problem draining, and that's what she used to clear up her sinuses. And so it's something good to grow if you're able to have this in your garden to make your teas, especially if you have some mucus problem there. So yes, that's the Cuban oregano. We call it French thyme, coolie thyme. It has so many different names. That's good to have. This is leaf of life, and I believe it is also known as wonder of the world. This was our go-to cold medicine growing up in the country. If you sneeze, your parents sending you to get some leaf of life. The leaf of life is known to have antibacterial, antifungal, and antihistamine properties. You can crush the leaves also and use it for insect bites and bruises, and it also relieves pain and anxiety disorder. So, well, as I said earlier, it is not professional advice, it's just something that old people try and it work, and we try it also, and it also helps. Whether it's our mind or not, it works. If you're coughing, your parents send you to get some of this, warm it, crush it with some garlic and lime juice and give it to you to drink. And before you know it, you fall asleep and the cough kind of eases up. And so that is the leaf of life for you. Another good thing to have in the garden. This is spearmint, another thing that grows like crazy. It sends out these, look at this. And all of these will, you can take them off and propagate them into a brand new plant. It smells so good. It is a mint, all of the mint smell. They have some similarity, but they have their different smell. Now this is the spearmint, and this is the Cullen mint right beside it. I told you I had plenty of these plants. So that is the spearmint. And the spearmint aids in digestion. Most mint does. It improves your memory and it also reduces stress. And spearmint is good for gas. In Jamaica, you say you want to burst the gas, you drink some spearmint tea. Another good one to have. This is a beautiful little peppermint plant that I propagated from a big bush that I have growing. I have a nice big bush, but I tested a new way of propagating it, and I'm going to share it in a future video because I've been trying for so long to propagate the mint because I don't want that one plant to die, and then I don't have any peppermint. So this is a successful propagation from that plant, and it is looking gorgeous. Now, peppermint is good for digestion. As I said, most mint aids in digestion, and it also relieves headache, and it is a good one to freshen the breath. So I guess if you drink some mint tea, some peppermint tea will keep your breath fresh throughout the day. I would still advise brushing, but it is good to freshen the breath as well, and it looks lovely, thriving right there. This does not like to be overwatered. You'll see all of it turn yellow. All right, let's move on to the next herb. This is spirit weed. This correct name is Culantro, and in countries like Trinidad, it's known as shadow benny. This was another go-to remedy while we were living in the country. This, up until recently, I had no idea that this could be used to cook with. We add this for teas only. But this is really, really high in vitamin A, in vitamin B2, vitamin B1, and in vitamin C. It's also a rich source of calcium and iron. I did not know that this could be used in dishes, but it is very popular in Trinidad and Tobago. This herb right here is Vervain. It has beautiful flowers on there. And during the coronavirus in 2020, was that 2020? This became really, really popular for teas. I guess it helped. Even I drink it not knowing what I really drinking it for, but I knew Vervain was a good herb. And so, of course, when you don't want to get sick and stay sick, you're going to utilize the herbs that you have available to you. So this is the vervain, and vervain is good for the nerves, they say. They say it's also good for depression, but that is still being studied. So there is no concrete evidence that it is good for depression, but um, so far there evidence that it is very good herb to have as well. This plant is a Panadol plant, and this is used to treat cough and cold and fevers. But I learned that it is also good for insect repellent. But as I speak, there's a stink bug on there. But a lot of these herbs that repel insects, pests, the stink bugs seem to like them. Like the oregano, most of the time the stink bugs are on it. And I was told that it repels some pests. That is still under study in my garden though. Yeah, so this is a cold bush. Cold, cough, fevers, you use the Panadol plant for. You would want to think that it would be pain relief, right? Seeing that the Panadol, the tablet, is good for pain. But no, this is a cold bush. And right next to it is a eucalyptus, what we call eucalyptus. This one, I am going to hold off on the information for you guys in terms of what the eucalyptus plant, because I am thinking this is the same as Mexican mint, but I need to confirm that this is the same thing. This is new to me, it was gifted to me recently, and so I still need to do some more research on it. But it smells exactly like eucalyptus oil. But knowing Jamaicans, will name it based off how it smells and not based on what the real name is. But it looks exactly like Mexican mint to me. Look closely on it, guys. Let me give you another look. And let me know if it's the same as Mexican mint. It smells so good. It smells like eucalyptus oil. But in any case, I'm going to utilize this herb. Now, right back here, this is rice bitters, otherwise known as king of bitters. That is how bitter this plant is. And I took off the seeds that it had and took out the top of the plant just to get it to grow and bush out, and it is working. So it's looking good. And as bitter as it is, I am going to drink it because guess what? That thing is good and it is so hard to come by. Rice bitters boost the immune system and it also improve your liver condition. So, well, according to what our foreparents say and not what doctors say. So it boosts your immune system and it also support digestion and promote liver health. Yeah, so tiny it is now. Ah, let's see how that grows. This right here, this is Guinea Hen weed. No, this is something that I can't use personally, but the probably chances are everybody else in my home will be able to use it, but I cannot use this plant. It is super good though. Guinea Hen weed is also called garlic weed or gully root, among many other names. This is Jamaican's remedy for fever and cold, fever, headache, and cold. I had a migraine problem. I'm not sure if it's because of the old heap of bush I'm drinking now, but I know I couldn't tell last my migraine bother me, knock on wood. And so, growing up, our parents used to pull it and use the root in white rum, put the root in white rum, and then whenever you get a headache, they sap your head with it. Or they tie your head like this with the leaves on your head, and it relieves the headache. This gives me headache. And so, that is why I say this is not professional advice, because what might work for one person might not work for the other. If I have a headache and you use this on me, might as well you pronounce me. I can't use it, but it is good, and so I'm growing it for the benefit of others. We can't be selfish in this world. This right here, this is rosemary, and it is probably one of my favorite herbs. This I used to cook meats and so on, but I love, love, love the tea. And with a garden, you probably will need rosemary in there. You know why? It helps with mental health. Help to soothe your nerves. Rosemary contains antioxidants. It helps with mental health. It enhances memory and is also very good for your skin. And so, even without knowing all of those benefits, I enjoy a nice cup of rosemary tea. And I like to cook my beef with fresh rosemary. Can be dried and used, and the flavor stays for a very long time whenever you dry. You dehydrate these or just sun dry them. It it stays forever, the scent. It's beautiful herb to have. One of my favorites. I just knock on it just to smell it. Right here in this little green container is a lavender. I have been struggling to grow this lavender from seed. It grew up and it dried down. I cut it back and it spring up again, but it is looking good now. It is looking good. The lavender, you can use it to make essential oil. You can dry it and then place it in a bottle. Then you pour some olive oil or any oil of your choice, but preferably olive oil or coconut oil on it. And then you can use it for a wide variety of conditions, such as insomnia, alopecia, that's loss of hair. You can use it for anxiety and stress, and it can also be used for post-operation pain. So it has a lot of uses. Well, the oil, I'm not sure if it is consumed as a warm beverage, but I know the leaves can be used to make the essential oil and you use it on your skin and so on. Really nice one to have. And that's number 15 on the list. And so I hope you took something from this video. I hope you plant some herbs. If you've not already had these, if you have herbs that you're not seeing in this video that you'd like me to plant, mention it, let me know so I can look into it. There are more in the garden, but those are the ones that we use. Apart from this, we have not used this yet. I'm still trying to grow it. We've used the others quite frequently, and so I share those with you. All right, so thank you for joining me. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. Please like and share the videos. To my members, thank you so, so much for the support here at Farming on the Rocks. To my viewers and subscribers, thank you for the support. Appreciate you. If it was not for you, I could not have been at 40,000 plus subscribers. And I want to thank you for that so, so much. Thank you for those of you who stick around with me through this gardening journey. I appreciate you. See you in the next one. Bye for now.